Today is Sunday, October 11, and this is News from the Frunk. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of News from the Frunk. So here we are again. Finally, we've got a whole bunch of those big announcements out of the way. The version 7 announcement and then the Model X release and all that kind of stuff. So time to round up, I think, on some general Tesla news that we've been missing out over the last couple of months. So we're going to start with a quick roundup of what's going on in the different states. The battle for approving or denying Tesla's sales model continues. It seems to have been fairly quiet, but actually there's a lot going on. So in Michigan, Rick Schneider signed a bill banning automakers from selling vehicles directly to customers. And they were battling with the FTC on this one. The FTC urged the state to drop its ban, saying it amounts to protectionism for dealers, and it's likely to harm both competition and consumers. So I don't know, we'll see what happens there. Now we go to that free market hub of Texas, where I thought individual rights trumped everything, but Texas will not allow auto manufacturers to sell directly to consumers. They were trying to pass legislation that would have opened things up, but that failed to pass the state legislature, so that ain't going to happen. Connecticut, it was looking good because a bill allowing Tesla stores actually cleared the House, but it died due to Senate inaction. So Tesla said it will continue the fight. So that's Michigan, Texas, and now Connecticut. No chance. But there is some good news in Maryland. Tesla can now sell direct because the Governor Larry Hogan signed a bill to allow that. So there are some victories out there despite all that bad news. Talking of stores and the sales model, Tesla continues to innovate. So having run into some problems putting the brick and mortar stores in place, now that whole approach to those stores in malls was designed by George Blankenship, who did the original Apple Store rollout. Well, now Tesla has kind of taken a different tack and gone one step further and created these pop-up stores. The first of which appeared in London, and then we had another one in Southern California, and I think there have been a couple of places around the world as well. So it ships on a single flatbed truck, and when it's all opened out, the store itself is about 20 foot deep and 35 foot wide, and essentially replicates a full brick and mortar store. Quite an interesting approach, I think. So now to Model 3. There's been all kinds of wild speculation. We still really don't know what Model 3 is going to look like or really anything about it other than it's targeted to have about 250 miles of range and be about $35,000. But a company called Stump Studio has thrown their hat into the ring with a new interpretation of what the Model 3 concept should be. Now, these guys are in no way affiliated with Tesla, and this is not anything which is the official prototype for Model 3. But here it is for your amusement and review. Looks somewhat similar, I think, to the Chevy Bolt and to the BMW i3, but I kind of like the look of it. Now, you never know quite what Tesla's going to do. Elon said that they were planning to do something incredibly aggressive with the Model 3 design. He then backed off that, and I think from lessons learned from Model S, where the door handles just took forever to get out of the door, no pun intended, and the Falcon Wing, hey, there's a door theme here. First it was the handles that took forever to design, and then the Falcon Wing doors on the Model X have taken forever. So I think doors seem to be a pet fascination of Elon. But anyway, he said for Model 3 they were going to go with a more aggressive design. So whether that meant completely self-driving, seats facing each other, who knows? But he said actually they're going to back off. There's going to be two versions of Model 3. Model 3, first one is going to be more conservative, and then there'll be a more aggressive one coming later. I'm sure other companies are going to bring about teasing other design. He said that they're going to be showing Model 3 in March of next year, and that's when the orders are going to start. Just can't wait to see what it looks like. And speaking of speculation, Randy Carlson over at Seeking Alpha did probably the most fact-based and comprehensive analysis of the Model 3 financials that I've seen. He looked at the technology, he looked at the competition. I'd encourage you, there's a link as always down in the doobly-doo. I'd encourage you to go and take a look at that if you're interested in Model 3. There's a huge number of naysayers out there, and this is a good fact-based analysis that suggests how Tesla is going to get from where it is to making Model 3 a success. All right, that's it for this quick episode. Lots more news to come. Please pay attention for the next episode of News from the Frunk.